So welcome to COMP526, Applied Algorithmics. I'm Sebastian, and I want to give you a very brief introduction today into the course, and we'll start with the actual content tomorrow. So that's me, that's my office, which is not on any of the websites yet, but in case you need anything, it's safer to drop me an email first anyways. And there's also George, who I invited, who will be doing the tutorials. And I learned some of you already know George, but probably none of you will know me, which is natural because I just started last fall here as a lecturer. And it's my first lecture I give in the UK. So in case I do anything different from anyone else and you feel, what the heck is this guy doing? Let me know. It might be that I really don't know. I've been teaching in other places, and some things are run differently everywhere. But I'm an expert in the content in algorithms, so I hope I can teach you something, and you find that interesting what we'll be looking at. The first important thing from this slide is just the course website, which I'll show you in a minute. I'll walk you through the other small print on the lower half of the page in detail, but I want to do something else with you first. But let's have a brief look at the course website. It looks like this. It's maybe a bit small. Okay, I don't know how to zoom in here without the keyboard. So never mind. Oh, I can do it the fancy way. So it has all the important information about the course, in particular when we will have lectures. Well, you found it, so obviously that wasn't a problem. It also has the tutorials. I hope everyone knows which of the two tutorial groups he or she belongs to. Is that right? Okay, if not, let me know, or let the student office know. There's some more information about the things that I'll mention later on today. So let's ignore that for now. The other important thing on the website is for each of the units that we will go through, there's a subpage, like the first one, that has some further information and also has the slides that I'll be using. After the class, I will put a link for the video on the same page, and I will also give you a transcript, a PDF of whatever I write on the screen, which for this first lecture will not be very important, but later on there will be a couple of proofs and things that I only handwrite and are not on the slides directly. So the real lecture notes will be this PDF that I create. It's also good because sometimes the video recording fails because the audio is down or something like this is more likely to happen, but the PDF has never been lost in any of my previous lectures, so that's a little more reliable. What else on the page? I think all the rest I'll cover later. Any questions up to now? I think the only thing you have to take note of is the module website. Can I have a quick hands? Who has found the website before? Has anyone looked for it and hasn't found it? I didn't find it. Okay, that's good. So it wasn't too hard. The next thing on my agenda for today is, before we get started, I want you to do a test. But please don't panic. It's not a real test. It's really a survey. But it's one that will make you think, and I realize it's late in the day and you've had a hard day already, I suppose. So I hope I'll try to give you a little more time than what my test writers needed. The goal of this is essentially for me to get some feedback, what you already know, what you have already seen in previous modules and previous courses of studies. And I know that you're a fairly heterogeneous group with different backgrounds, so it's also important for you to see what the others know. So we'll discuss the results tomorrow in all probability if I get it checked till then, or next week the latest. I want to stress those 2 points. There's a lot of things in those questions that might be something you've never heard of, and it might also be something that's almost irrelevant for this course in a strict sense. You won't need everything that's in this survey to pass this course, by no means. But I included some more questions just to see how much detailed knowledge in some specific areas you already have. That's it. So relax, but take it serious in the sense that try to do it as well as you can. Okay? Then please. I think we'll need roughly half an hour for this, so there's not much time left to do anything else, but I'll, in case you finish earlier, I'll talk you through the other parts of the course. So welcome back. It was a long time for us. It won't be long if you watch the video. Thanks for participating in the survey, and I'll discuss the result next time. I want to spend the last time for today to go a little bit over the administrative part. We might not make it through everything today. But that's all right. We'll continue tomorrow then. Here's an overview of the module. It's called Applied Algorithmics, which means it's about building a toolbox of algorithmic techniques that you can use in various applications. It will be a theoretical course for most part of it, but it will be about algorithms that are relevant in applications, and we will also touch at some stage on implementations. And it will be on a level of abstraction that is hopefully approachable to you. The ideal would be that you are able to reason about these methods. It's not necessarily always to the point of implementing them in the fastest way on a specific hardware, but you should in principle be able to do that after the course. And you should also be in some limited way able to combine the methods or extend the methods that we discuss. Here's an overview of the different topics that I want to go through. I don't think I'll discuss much of this at that point. They will be roughly 1 week each, but that's not quite true for every individual unit. It's true on average because the module has 10 weeks of teaching. But there will be some of the units that are a bit longer and others are shorter. So that will average out. It will be a lot about strings, so methods to deal with text and text mining and searching in text. It will be some elementary data structures and algorithms like sorting, and some little more advanced ones where we try to compress things and encode things. But you'll see when we go through this in detail what it all means. For today, I want to talk about the administrative part mostly. It's all circling around the lectures. That's what we do today and what we'll be doing each week on the Monday and Tuesday. This is where we discuss material, with one exception in Unit 2, but I'll come to that. Where we discuss new material, and I'll give you an overview of the topics. There will be the tutorials that are a little more applied, a little more practical, where George will walk you through some assignment or exercise problems. And it will work as follows. I will post the questions on the website in the week that we start with this topic. And then in the tutorials of the next week, you will discuss the solutions with George. And in the meantime, you are very much encouraged to work on those problems and try to figure out the solution on your own. We won't do graded assignments for those tutorials, but it will be very beneficial for you if you write down some solutions you can discuss with George, and you can compare with the solutions that he discusses with you. And the idea there is to go at certain specific points a little into the details. And so you will have the rough picture from the lecture and the detailed points from the tutorials. The lectures will be accompanied by these clicker questions, which is the wrong term. I should call it a student response system. It's called clickers because in the past it used to be hardware devices where you click on one of 4 buttons. But it has the downside that you have to buy those hardware devices, and it's less flexible. So we'll do it with this online system that I advertised. The goal here is to keep you on track, to keep you awake during class, and to give you some immediate feedback if you're following as intended. Who has heard of Piazza, the question and answer platform? It's very popular in North America, not so much in Europe, but I think it's a very good system. It has similar features to Vital, which you probably know from other modules, but Vital is bloated and full of things that most classes or most modules don't use, and Piazza is a little more to the point. I hope you will like it. I think it's doing a great job. So this is where you post all questions about the course. Then there will be some assignments, things that you do. We'll do a video presentation, so you will select some article and work in groups and present it as a video. So you will record yourself, you will play my role, not necessarily in this room or not necessarily on a podium, but you might. And you will record it and upload it somewhere, and then that will be one assessment. There will be 2 programming puzzles all the way down there. And a third thing, I will ask you to create exam questions for me. You will probably be interested in the overall grade. And since I came late onto this module, this was already fixed, so don't blame anything from this slide on me. The final grade will be 75% the final written exam, which is probably similar to what you've had in other modules. And the other quarter is ongoing assessments, which will be mostly this video presentation and the programming puzzles. But it will also consist of the participation grade, which means if you're always in class and you take out your phone, you type in your username, you already get the credits for that. And there's a 5th component. So each of these has the same weight. They're all 5% of the total, because they have to sum to 25. And the last point will be, as a group, you earn bonus points. I'll tell you later how. And if you get enough bonus points, you get some extra credits up to 5% of the total mark. And the reason is just I want you to encourage to do reasonable things. I'm convinced they are helpful. I'm convinced they help you learn the material by itself. But to give you some extra motivation, there's the bonus points for it. Questions regarding the grades? Okay. In case you have any questions, post it on Piazza. I'll come back to it. Okay, clickers. What are clickers? I already explained where the name comes from. We don't have the hardware device anymore, but the idea is still the same. Collect feedback while the lecture is going instead of afterwards in office hours when everything's already too late. The goal is not so much to test your understanding. It's not another exam that's going on every week. It's also why I don't give you points for correct answers. I give you points for typing any answer. So it's, again, not about judging how much you digested the material. We'll do that in the exam at the very end. The clicker questions are essentially for you to have some immediate feedback. So let's try to test this now. You can scan the code or go to this link, or you click on the link on the website. So the first question, which is currently live. Okay, I'll give you another minute to scan the code. refresh. So this is what I see, not what you see if you click on the link. You see that we don't see anything before I click on stop. Is everyone done with typing in the username? If you're not done, let me know. Otherwise, you lose the points for today. Yes, sure. If this link doesn't work, you can follow the link on the course on the module website. That's easier. In case the system doesn't work, I'll give you the points anyway for today. Don't worry. Who did not manage to type in the username yet? So you all could answer? Is that a yes? Did someone not answer? Okay, great. Then let's see. Okay, it makes a useless tag cloud, which for the username is completely useless. Okay, if I got 53 answers, but I counted we're 62 people. Shall I restart it? You want another chance? Or shall we try that again tomorrow? I'll give you 30 seconds.
Do we need to redo it if we have already done it?
No, it should be fine. Yeah, apparently I have to collect the results manually. But there's no... Yeah, the 33 is still the actual number. Okay, there's some more answers. I don't know, maybe it was just a little lagging behind. Maybe the display wasn't accurate. Did you enter your name again? Okay, fine. Then don't worry, I'll figure it out. Oh, you're causing a mess. I'll have to learn how to use the system. But this was just the start. At the beginning of each class, I would open this. You type in your username so that you can get the participation grade. The actual question would have been this one. Have you ever used a system like this before? Be quick, it's just a minute. I think a minute is long. You can do it in 30 seconds next time. Okay, so some of you have used something like this before, but also a lot of people didn't. I used it, but never as pervasively as in this course as I plan to do it this time. So we'll all have to learn how to use this effectively, but I hope you liked it. We should stop actually for today. And we'll continue tomorrow with the rest of the administrative part and start with some actual content. So see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. in the room next door.